Welcome to the channel. In today's video, I'll be talking about why the New York Jets should hire Josh McDaniels as their next head coach. Let's go, y'all. Welcome back to the channel. Hope everybody's having a great day. Now, let me start off with this. I know a lot of people are going to say, why would you want a Patriots disciple in New York, an offensive coordinator from Bill Belichick, and he's been the rival and the constant rival for the past couple of years. He stopped them from going to Super Bowl. I think you guys actually stopped them from going to Super Bowl. So there's a hate relationship with the Patriots. And plus, they're in your division. But why would you want Josh McDaniels to come in and coach the Jets? Because the Patriots system is going to get all the credit if he has success with Sam Darnold. I'm here to tell you that the Jets should hire Josh McDaniels because he's the best offensive coordinator out there. I know a lot of people saying that he should go to Green Bay. The Green Bay Packers should hire him to coach Aaron Rodgers and all these different things like that. I know people are going to say, well, why should he be a head coach? He turned down the Colts and he reneged on the Colts deal because he wanted to move far. So if he didn't want to move his family, why would he go all the way to Green Bay instead of Indianapolis, where you have a quarterback who's much younger? I know he was coming off an injury, but still, why would Josh McDaniels not want to go? And why would he not want to go? Why would he want to go from going to Indianapolis? He didn't want to go to Indy. And then why would he go all the way to Green Bay? Why would he not move closer so that if he wanted to make the trip back and forth, he can, to be closer and let his kids stay in the same school, let his family and his wife stay in the same house? You would just go from New England to the Jets, just like Philip to New York, just like Philip Rivers does, and with the Chargers. I know it's basically the same state, but it's still California. He goes from San Diego to LA to the practice facilities every day to go and has a car. So why Josh McDaniels could do the same thing instead of picking up and moving his whole entire family? If I was him, I would do that. I would get on the phone with the New York Jets, make sure I get a general manager in there who I like, and coach Sam Darnold for the next 10 to 15 years, and let that be his team, his system, his defense, all the players that he wants. Because according to sources, which I'm going to give credit to the source that been saying it, even Colin Cowherd. I know I always say the names of the people who I watch and give credit to, who's had sources on these things and different things like that. So I was watching The Herd with Colin Cowherd, and he did say that Josh McDaniels does have coaches that he likes, that he would want with him in case if he became a head coach again like he did in Indianapolis. Now, me personally, I think that this would be a great move because he's the best offense coordinator in the league. He's won Super Bowls in New England. He's learned from Bill Belichick. Why not Bill Belichick? If Bill Belichick is not going to be the head, is not going to step down anytime soon, with Tom Brady still being there, he says he wants to play till 45. Why would Josh McDaniels continue to just sit there and then Tom Brady retires and now you have no quarterback? This is the perfect opportunity for Josh McDaniels to get out while Brady's getting older. I know he wants to coach Brady. Brady is the greatest of all time, but Josh McDaniels, you're going to get credit for being a good offensive coordinator, but you'll never get the full credit if you don't leave and develop a quarterback on your own and put that New England system into another young quarterback that'll be good. Because we all know Sam Darnold can be good. He just has a defensive coach, and he needs offense. He needs the experience. He needs a new offense. They need offense in New York. Instead, they build the defense up. They enter their second. Remember, this is their second year in the rebuild. I told you guys, I think a year ago on the channel, that it would be 5 years of a rebuild. Last year was number one. They were getting draft picks and getting players, and this is a year 2. They got a quarterback. Surprisingly, they got a quarterback. So, in my opinion, Josh McDaniels is the best guy to take the Jets job, not Mike McCarthy. No, you want a younger head coach than Mike McCarthy versus Josh McDaniels. You want Josh McDaniels young, vibrant, exciting, with older Tom Brady, imagine how excited and vibrant he would be knowing that I have a quarterback who's going to be good for the next 10 to 15 years. This is the perfect place for him to go. And I'm going to tell you guys why. Like I said, he's won Super Bowls. He's the best offensive coordinator in the game. The New York Jets I think they have the most salary cap space in the league behind Indianapolis and I think Cleveland Browns. Or I think they have the best and then those other teams are behind them. They have young linebackers on the team. They have somewhat of a decent young defensive line. I think they could do more improvement in the draft, especially if Josh McDaniels comes in and drafts his own players. And also, they have salary cap space. They have an up and coming defense. They have a young defense. They have young, like I said, young linebackers, somewhat of a young D line. They need better corners. They could draft some or sign another one in free agency, but I think that they need to get better. They have two young, good safeties and Jamal Adams and Marcus May. Those guys are some two young safeties that'll probably be the best safety duo in the years to come in the NFL. So he doesn't have to worry about the safety department. Cornerback, they can get a little better. Linebackers are young. Defensive line is somewhat a young defensive line. They can draft more players. The offensive line needs to be rebuilt, but if you spend your time in this year's draft getting offensive linemen and going into free agency and getting the best offensive lineman that can help your team win, to me, it's a win-win. If I was them, I would not go after Le'Veon Bell. You need to put the money into other places. Right now, just like the Colts, which I'll get to in a separate video, but the Colts, they have the money. They can actually go after Le'Veon Bell, put him in Andrew Luck because they have a young offensive line in Indianapolis. The New York Jets need to rebuild theirs from scratch. They have a decent left tackle. I don't think he's going to be there. They have a right guard in Winters who's probably going to be there. James Carpenter, I think his contract's up. He was from Seattle from that when they won the Super Bowl. His contract's over. He's probably not going to be there. So the offensive line needs to be replenished. And that is the best thing for the Jets. Get a young coach. Get some offensive linemen in the draft. Pay for some if you have to. Spend money to put people around Sam Darnold. You get a young coach. You get a new GM. The Jets, they haven't had bad ownership. So I would think that with the ownership that they have, if they're willing to spend money in different places on the team, you have your new GM who would be with Josh McDaniels, just how John Lynch is with Kyle Shanahan and with the San Francisco 49ers. So if I'm Josh McDaniels, I want to go there also because they need wide receivers. They have to, I guess they have to rebuild the offensive line. I mean, they need a desperate need for a tight end. If there's a tight end in free agency that they can go get, that a veteran tight end that could come in and help Sam Darnold and, be a check down guy or, just for now until he really develops. Because, like I said, it's only his rookie year. He's still developing, and Josh McDaniels can bring his development a long way. So why not why not get started on developing him? Because at the end of the day, if certain coaches have egos, they're going to want to get the credit. So Sam Darnold being good, you come in and he gets better and better and better and better, and you're rebuilding this team. So in about 3 years from now, you can actually be a contender, and Josh McDaniels could continue to be there with that team. And the perks of being with the team is, like I said, Sam Darnold is a young quarterback. You'd have to rebuild the line. You would, you would need a running back to come in and fill in, but I think if like a guy like Telvin, I think Telvin Smith, I think that's his name is from the running back from the Atlanta Falcons. I'm not sure if that's his name. I forgot his name. But if he is a free agent, I think he's a free agent this year or next year. I think he's been there for 4 years, I think. But maybe you'll be a free agent. Maybe you'll draft a running back in the second round, third round. There are good running backs out there. You can draft another running back. I know they have Crowell there. But at the same time, I just think that they need another running back. They need an every down back. They need a big running back. They need a speed back. They need a guy like a Nick Chubb or a Saquon Barkley. Just something like that to get that offense really going. And you don't have to rely on Sam Darnold so much as a young guy in this game. Like I said, so young quarterbacks, you need to rebuild the offensive line. You need a tight end. You can add another running back with Crowell. And wide receiver position, they need to draft some, and they also need to go in free agency. So it's about balance. It's about free agency, not spending too much money. Maybe sign a 1-year deal with a veteran receiver to give him some help. Let him gain the confidence in his head to be able to go out there and be able to perform and have good receivers. Jermaine Kearse, he's a veteran. He's a good receiver. But for the young guy, bring in more better veterans on a bigger scale and up level who could actually come in and actually just really play. Maybe Josh Gordon, if he lasts throughout the New England, maybe the Jets will give him like a a little 1 year deal with incentives or a 2 year deal and say, hey, Josh Gordon, hey, you with me in with the Patriots? How about you come over here to New York Jets and really show that you can be the number one option again, and we can trust you and put our faith in you as wide receiver who's only 26, 20, turning 27 years old. So they need, like I said, they need to rebuild the offensive line. They need a tight end. They need a better running back. They can get some receivers. Like I said, it's not a 1 year thing. Rebuild it over the next couple of years. Draft a couple of guys. Some guys may work. Some guys may not. But draft the next couple of years. Only sign big free agents. Don't sign them to 5 year deals. Sign them to a 1 year to 2 year deal. If it doesn't work, then you can just let them go after 1 year. And the defensive line is young. They have good safeties. They have young linebackers who are coming up. And you have a defensive line that you can still rebuild. But for the next 3 years, Josh McDaniels should consider being the head coach of the New York Jets. Like I said, he's the best offensive mind out there. He's the best offensive mind that would help bring Sam Darnold to the top. Sam Darnold will be one of the best young quarterbacks in the game. So, but Josh McDaniels going there, like I said, it'll still be a rebuild. They'll have to take their time to rebuild. They can't get the rebuild wrong, because if they do, it will just be like the Indianapolis Colts. And with the Colts, it took so long for them to get an offensive line, because when they did an offensive lineman a couple years ago, they took a wideout. Philip Dorsett, no disrespect to him, but they took a wideout when they did not need a wideout. If I was the New York Jets, I would call Josh McDaniels and say, hey, we're going to sign you to a deal. We're going to find a general manager that you would like. You're going to have input. You and GM get together. You build a team how you guys see the vision. And once you guys see the vision of the team and how you guys want it to be, that's when everything will come together. If I'm the New York Jets, I stay away from Mike McCarthy. Let him go coach Tampa Bay Buccaneers or another team. If I'm him, Sam Darnold's only 21 years old. He's going to be 22 starting next season. Let Josh McDaniels, the young, exciting guy, not too young. I mean, he's not really that young like a Sean McVay, but Josh McDaniels can be the next leader for the New York Jets. Just give him a chance. I know it's a rivalry. I know a lot of people are not going to like it. Oh, my God, what happened in Denver? Who cares? Everybody deserves a second chance to be a better coach and better themselves. And that's what he's doing right now in New England. And he will be the perfect head coach for the New York Jets. By the way, no offense to Todd Bowles. He's a good coach, but they need new ear. They need a fresh. They need exciting. They need vibrant. They need new. They need a new guy. They need a new guy on the team. So Josh McDaniels should be the next head coach of the New York Jets. And also, I'm going to add in real quick before I end the video that Josh McDaniels, I looked it up, he is 42 years old. So he's 42 years old. He's still a young guy, because a lot of coaches who get hired now are coaches that, are in their 50s and different things like that in the NFL. So him being 42 years old, I know he's a little older than McVay. He's a little up there in age as coaching, and he has experience. But I think him not being a 50-year-old coach and him being more younger than all the head coaches in the league, like the Bill Belichick's who are in their 60s and Pete Carroll. But you guys get the point. He's 42 years old. He's on the younger side of coaching. He has experience and stuff like that. So, like I said, just think about it. Put in the comment section if you guys think that it's a good idea, if it's a bad idea. I'm willing to give, second chances to people who deserve second chances. And Josh McDaniels has proven that he deserves a second chance to be a head coach. He's a good offensive coordinator, and the New York Jets get him. So, like I said, put it in the comment section below if you would want Josh McDaniels, a young coach, to be the head coach of the New York Jets, or you would want a guy like a different coach. Put it in the comment section, debate me. I'll reply back, like I said, but make sure you guys like this video, subscribe to the channel. I'll be back with more videos. Thank you for watching. Share this video everywhere. Until next time, guys, peace.